Welcome to Math 10. The purpose of this video is to go over the basics of Canvas that we're going to need and talk about the syllabus and some of the rules and procedures for the course. So let's start by taking a look at Canvas. Taking a look down the left side, there's organized basically into three columns. The red one, the middle one with kind of blue writing, and then the one here where it says getting started. For the leftmost red one, the main thing that you'll need here is under account. That's how you log out. Courses, that's how you switch back and forth between your different courses. And then inbox, that's how you send and receive messages. In the middle, the primary thing that you're going to need is modules, although modules is what you're seeing already here where it says getting started. Other than that, and in general for Canvas, you can't break anything by clicking on it, so feel free to click on different things and explore what it is they do. The main thing in Canvas, once you log into our course, it's kind of ready to go for the main things that you're going to need. As far as the navigation goes, I did want to point out that within each block, within the kind of rightmost pane where it says getting started, when you first log into Canvas, the little triangle to the left of getting started is pointing downward. That means that that is a group or block that is open. So you can see there's getting started and then a bunch of stuff underneath it. If I click on the triangle next to getting started, it'll now point to the right, and all of the stuff that was below it is now gone. That's because the block has collapsed. That is how you can hide detail if you want to. Okay, so then the next thing is here under getting started, the introduction start here video, that's what you're watching right now. The syllabus we're going to look at in just a minute. My Open Math, that's a link to the software that we'll use to do our course. Below that, myopenmathinfo.pdf, that is a PDF file that describes how to create your account. My Open Math course ID, this describes our particular course. My Open Math is free software. You don't have to buy a course code or something. What the course ID is it just identifies this particular class. So it's not like you're taking like statistics somewhere in Kansas or something. So that identifies our particular course. And I'll show you how to use that in our My Open Math video. Our textbook is available online. It's OpenStax Pre-Calculus. I know that this is college algebra and not pre-calculus, but this book works pretty well and it covers a lot of the same things. Of course, since this is not pre-calculus, we're not going to cover every chapter, but we're just going to cover the chapters relevant to us. Down at the bottom, Intro to My Open Math. That's another video that will describe how My Open Math account is created and also how the basics of My Open Math work. So there is that. Before we take a look at the syllabus, I wanted to show you one more thing. All right, taking a look below the getting started block, you'll see office hours. I have office hours, there's more, but for our class primarily, Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 to 11:59 on Zoom. If you want to ask questions, you can sign in here and that will create a Zoom session at that time. And there is that. More on office hours in a little bit. Below that, this block on helpful information, there are a couple of handouts that we can use to help prepare for tests, help deal with things like test anxiety and things of that sort. All right. Below that, so below the helpful information, you'll see our first set of notes and lectures. So for chapter 1, it'll begin, of course, with sections 1.1 and 1.2. The notes for the section are here in PDF format, and then also you'll see links to two-part lecture for 1.1 and then three-part lecture for 1.2. I had forgotten to mention that in general, when you're looking in Canvas, when you see to the left of some text, something that looks like a paperclip means that the linked item is a document. So here the chapter outline thing is a document. Tackling test tremors is a document. Things that look like bits of chain are links to an external item. In this case, how to make and how to use a practice test, for example, are links to videos that you can take a look at. So here under chapter 1, you'll see that the two notes items are PDFs. They're linked documents, whereas the two chain link items are going to be external links. All right, so how to use Canvas, you'll want to scroll down to whatever section we're currently on, which of course is the beginning for right now. Read the notes if you like, and or watch the videos, and then past that you'll be working on the assignments. So for now though, for next, we want to take a look at the syllabus. That is again under the Getting Started block. The Introduction Start Here video is what you're watching right now. We're going to click on the syllabus. I've already opened it, so that saves us a little bit of time. Math 10, College Algebra, Spring 2023. I'm the instructor, Dan Kleinfelter. I have an email address as shown. Office hours, I'd mentioned that before a minute ago, but just to repeat and add on that. In addition to the online office hours, here it says Tuesday, Thursdays, 11 to 12:30 in MSTC 246E. That's on the Palm Desert campus. Also, Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 to 12 on Zoom. So I have some office hours in person and some office hours on Zoom. Check Canvas for the link for the Zoom hours. Okay, content for the course. You can read through that, and it may not make a lot of sense to you, and if so, that's okay. By the end of the semester, it will. Basically, this is another algebra class. You've probably taken lots of algebra before. This level of algebra class is appropriate for people who want to transfer and have a transfer level math class. It also serves as a prerequisite for applied calculus courses such as business calculus or a life science calculus class that you might find at your four-year school. Most people who take this class are taking it to satisfy a transfer math requirement. If you have a question over whether this class is right for you and your major, then let me know. Either come by my Zoom office hours or send me an email or a Canvas message, and we can discuss it. So there's that. Prerequisites for the class, basically you should have a C or higher in intermediate algebra. At COD, that's math 45 or 49 or equivalent. Recommendations, that is advisories, would be English 51 and reading 51. Of course, we're not going to be reading essays and short stories and stuff here, but that just kind of means that we are able to read the textbook, read my notes, read story problems, write out answers as sentences if we need to. That's what the two advisories are about. You should have a pretty good working knowledge of intermediate algebra and arithmetic. We'll have some review assignments along the way for sure. You should correct gaps in your prerequisite knowledge as they come up. Format for the course is asynchronous, obviously online, but also asynchronous, meaning that you don't have to like log in at a particular time to watch videos or watch lectures, and the class is not live. The videos are all pre-recorded and saved on Canvas, and you can watch them basically at your convenience as long as you keep up with the assignments and their due dates. The class itself is not 100% self-paced, so you can't like log in and knock it out over a weekend. Okay, so there's that, but you don't have to log in and participate in live lectures. So that's the big difference. The coursework for the course is going to be completed using My Open Math, which is free software that we'll see more about in another video. Okay, the book we're going to be using is OpenStax Pre-Calculus. It's available for free online at the link shown here. If you want to, you can buy the paper copy of the textbook, but that's totally up to you whether you buy that or if you just read the book online. If you wish, you can also use almost any other college algebra book. One that I like would be College Algebra, the 7th edition by Stewart. Again, totally up to you which book you use. If you do use some other book, it's going to be kind of up to you to make to reference which chapters go with which chapters. When I refer to, say, chapter 2 or section 3.1 in our book, I'll be referring to the OpenStax book. If you have questions about the book, let me know. Assessment, how your grade is calculated. We'll have, over the course of the semester, 3 exams worth 14% of your grade each, making a total of 42%. Homework, which is done online, is 25% of your grade. Video assignments are 5% of your grade. Let me explain what that's about. You're not going to be making videos, you're going to be watching them. So there's that. I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but basically how video assignments work is you watch a little video, answer a question, watch another video, answer a couple of questions. It's kind of a alternating videos and questions kind of assignment, in contrast to the homeworks where you're just kind of presented with problems to do. You'll see. Participation is relatively easy to earn and is 3% of your grade. Comprehensive final at the end of the semester, 25% of your grade. There are no makeups for missed work, so you should keep track of due dates. Maybe you want to get a calendar of your own for this course, or at least for all of your courses, and you could write down due dates. In general, the exams will be scheduled in advance, and typically I plan to have them occur on Thursday mornings. I'll give you at least a week's notice that an exam is coming. Typically, I'll set the exam so that you'll have 90 minutes to complete the exam within a 2-hour to 4-hour time window. So for example, we may have the test available from 8 until 12 so that you could sign on and work on it from 8 to 9:30 or 9 to 10:30 or 10:15 to 11:45. You could start as late as 10:30 and work until 12. It's important to note, though, that with the test, you have to start them and then complete them all in one sitting. So you can't work on it from like 8 to 8:30 and then do the rest of it from like 11 to 12. You have to do it all at once you start. Okay, if you have any concerns about the exam time, like you're worried about it being in the morning or something like that, let me know. Either send me a Canvas message or a message through My Open Math. Our final exam will be on Tuesday, May 23rd. For that one, we'll have a 4-hour time window, and since it's a comprehensive final, we'll have 2 hours to complete the test. None of the exams, including the final, can be taken early or late. If you miss one of those first 3 exams, one of the ones that is worth 14% of your grade, if you miss one of those, I'll replace that missing score with whatever you earn on the final exam. That replacement only counts for 1, though, so make sure that you don't miss more than 1 test. If you miss more than 1 test, that second one's going to be a 0. So try not to miss more than 1 test. There are no makeups for the final exam. You want to mark that on your calendar right now, request the day off from work well in advance, check your tire pressure, whatever, arrange for a ride, whatever you need to do. There's no, sorry, this class is online. You don't have to worry about tire pressure, right? Make sure your internet's working, let's say that. You'll have a 4-hour time window, 2 hours to complete the exam, but the test is online, so you don't have to worry about travel. Your grade is determined by your combined overall percentage. You need 90 for an A, 80 for a B, 70 for a C, and so on. COD doesn't do plus minus grading, so that's it, 90, 80, 70, 60 scale. Okay, homework, like I said, is completed using My Open Math. Make sure to check My Open Math regularly so you don't miss due dates. Okay, you won't at the very beginning, but eventually you're going to need a scientific calculator. I may prohibit the use of calculators on some exams. In general, you can't use a graphing calculator and you can't use your phone's calculator. Okay, your attendance isn't used in computing your grade. By attendance here, of course, this class is online, so you're not like going to class, but by attendance, I mean logging into Canvas, watching videos, reading notes, logging into My Open Math, completing assignments, completing video assignments, and so on. That's attendance. Students who do those things, log into Canvas, log into My Open Math, do the work for the course, tend to do better in the class and get a higher grade. I may drop you from the class if you don't do work in My Open Math for 4 or more consecutive days without contacting me. Unfortunately, with online classes, people are sometimes really optimistic at the beginning and then get less optimistic as the semester wears on. Things come up and the online class gets put on the back burner, so it's easy to forget and just kind of stop dealing with it. So in order for you not to end up with a bad grade by just kind of disappearing on the class, if you are gone for a long while, I'll end up dropping you from the course. If you do wish to drop the class, then you should just go ahead and do it. If you have some thing that's going to come up and cause you to not be able to do any work for 4 or more days, then let me know. that you just plan to continue. Okay, classroom conduct. Our class is online, so there's not much in the way of rules. We need to follow, of course, this student code of conduct posted in this college catalog. Additionally, be honest and civil or courteous to one another. If you post to the discussion forums, which I'll show you, be polite, use academic or work appropriate language. If more than one person is coming to my office hours, we're going to take turns. So that's kind of common sense, but there it is. Students with disabilities, read through that and let me know if any of that applies to you. Also check in with DSPS as soon as possible. Academic integrity, basically don't cheat in the class. There's no extra credit in this course. You want to try to do your best the first time. People tend to find the class kind of challenging. Also, in general, with math, it's easy to get behind, and once you're behind, it's hard to catch up. So try your best to stay on top of things. Try not to get behind. There is no extra credit. Okay, many people find math challenging. Math is a very precise subject. All the words matter. And there's new terminology and word problems, and people don't like word problems. So variety of reasons. For whichever reason you may find it difficult, here are some suggestions to make it better. Okay, log into Canvas and MyOpenMath at least 4 days a week. In general, with math, it's best if you work on it every day, or at least over a lot of days. You're going to learn more and will have an easier time with it emotionally and mentally if you do a little bit each day. If you're going to work on math for 8 hours in a week, let's say, not that that's too little or too much or just right. If let's just say you're going to do 8 hours of work in a week, you're far better off to do 2 hours Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 hours Wednesday, 2 hours on Thursday than doing all 8 hours on Friday. Okay, it's best done in small doses that are spread out for your mental health, and also you learn more doing it that way. Okay, maintain a positive attitude. Of course, I would like it if everybody liked the subject, but not everyone does. If you don't especially like math, that's okay. But do try to maintain a positive attitude. At the very least, you are doing something that will get you closer to your goals. Okay. I plan for you to read the book, either physically if you've gotten the paper copy or electronically, either way. Definitely a good idea to read the sections before you watch the lecture videos, before you try the assignments. At the very least, if you skim through it and look at any kind of important boxed formulas or maybe a couple of worked out examples, then that can help you. Okay. Learning takes work. You have to do the work. Primarily, math takes practice. Math is a really practice-based subject. The more you practice, the better you will do. Okay, most of that you can read on your own. Student learning outcomes are basically the kind of hopefully everyday English explanation of what the course covers or what you're able to do once you've completed the course. All right, so read through the syllabus again on your own, and if you have any questions specifically about that, let me know. For email, I had forgotten to mention, if you do email me, it's helpful if you put what class you're in the email, and also your name would be helpful as well. I had mentioned in discussing the syllabus discussion boards, so let me go back to that. This is an optional component of our course. If you want to, you can click on discussions here and introduce yourself if you like, or read other people's introductions if they do that. If people attend my office hours and I have notes from those, I may post them here under notes from office hours, and that way you can benefit even if you haven't gone to office hours. And then if you have questions on chapter 1 for now, there's a chapter 1 questions link here if you want to click there and ask your question. I may answer it, or one of your classmates may answer it. If you look under the questions there and there's a question you can answer, feel free to answer that. In general, the discussions is an optional part of our course. You can completely ignore it and do okay in the course if you wish, but it's there if you want it. All right, that takes us to the end of our quick look at Canvas and our look through the syllabus. If you have any questions over it, or the syllabus, or what you need to buy for the course, which is nothing except maybe a calculator. Other than that, let me know if you have any questions. Your next step would be to watch the intro to My Open Math video and try to get that My Open Math account created. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions. Welcome to the class and have a great day.